Hey everyone, thanks for learning to play games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'm going to be playing through Mega Man Adventures. This is a brand new one from Kess and Blacklist Games. It is a 1 to 4 player game that takes roughly half an hour to an hour to play, and is a fully cooperative game where all the players are working together to defeat the boss that they've selected. So there's two different ways you can play. You can play it as a one-off game where you're simply going to choose one of the bosses to fight for each player and you'll go at it and hopefully come out on top. Or you can play it as a campaign where you're going to be chaining 3 games together. And in between each game you'll be able to take different weapons along with you as you make your way towards the final boss, which is Dr. Wily. And in that one, if you were able to defeat the 2 bosses and Dr. Wily, then the players have won the game. So in this video, I'm going to be playing through a standard game with 2 players. I'm going to be using Mega Man and Rush, and I'm going to be trying to defeat a couple of regular stage bosses for these characters. Now, I am going to be playing a 2-player game, so I am also going to be using the Dr. Light deck, so I'll show you how that works. As always, if you find my videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine so we continue to grow and be able to produce this content. If you want to get notified anytime I drop new videos, also give that notification bell a ring, and that'll let you know whenever I drop new stuff, as I'm constantly dropping new teaching videos, playthroughs, unboxings, Kickstarter coverage, and many other types of videos. If you'd like to see something particular, also drop a comment down in the comment section below, and let me know if there's a game that you would like to see, or other things you'd like me to cover. I'm always open to hearing from you and starting a conversation. So let's go ahead and head to the table, and we'll see what this one's all about. So moving into the game, before starting, there's a couple of additional things I have to cover for setup. So first off, with a single game or a one-off game, you're each going to be dealt a random weapon card from the weapons deck. So let's see what we have here. So I have Bubble Lead for Rush, and for Mega Man, I have Quick Boomerang. All right, and each one of these weapons gives a weakness to a boss if they match up in that, as you're going to see a little bit later, maybe. And then they each have an ability that can be triggered by spending tokens, along with any other cost that needs to be paid for them. So the rest of these I can place off to the side, as I'm not going to use them. And then next, let's go ahead and see which kind of bosses we're going to be facing. So you'll shuffle up the boss deck and deal out 4 cards that the players will get to choose from. So we'll just go ahead and eliminate 2 cards here. So we'll do that one and this one. All right, so then we have Cutman, Electric Man, Iceman, and Gutsman. All right, so let's see, what's our some. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and face Gutsman for Mega Man, and for Rush, I'm going to go ahead and go with Cutman. All right, so then these other 2 will just be discarded. So we won't need those for this game right now. And then from there, I'm going to deal out stages. So each player is going to receive 4 stages. Okay, and then you'll go ahead and flip those over so that the top stage is showing. And then that player will go on that stage, or the challenge on that stage, as each stage has 3 challenges. All right, and then the boss deck or the boss patterns will come out later on once we're into the final part of this. All right, so from here, we're ready to move into the game at this point. So Mega Man is the starting player, but each player is going to start by doing a draw phase. So they're going to draw the top 4 cards of their deck. And then we also are going to reveal Dr. Light cards. So we're going to reveal 3 Dr. Light cards, and then we each get to choose 1. Now each Dr. Light card is going to provide us with a die that we'll get to roll during our turn. And it also has a requirement that if we don't meet, we are going to take a damage. So the cards will be dealt to each player on one's left and one's right. And then with that player, if that player does not play a support card that matches that icon in there, then they're going to take a damage. So selecting these is a little tricky, but you have to keep in mind what you're trying to achieve on here to determine what is the best icon to take and what penalties for that. So let's start with Mega Man. So I'm going to be playing 2 support cards that'll get me either a die or an icon, and then 1 skill card that I'll be able to trigger the ability on the bottom of that card. And so with my stage, I'm going to need, let's see, a couple of runs, a couple of shoots, and a jump, as well as another jump at the end. So I'm pretty evenly balanced overall. So I need a good variety here. So let's see here. Well, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and select this card here for Dr. Light, and I'm going to go ahead and socket this in here. So that way, then I will match that, so I'm not going to take a damage for that. And I have to choose my other 2 cards. So I have one card here that gives me, by spending 1 token, I gain 2 tokens, or this one spending a token gets me a yellow and a red die. That's pretty good too. I think I'm going to take that as my skill. And then either a blue or a red. Now the other player has a shoot, a couple of jumps, and a run, and another shoot. So he is kind of well balanced as well. So I think what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and place this one in here. Now this is the one I'm going to share with that player, so both of us will be rolling a blue die for that. And this is going to go in my hand, and this is a boost card then I can play for that top ability. So moving over to Rush then, I have 2 blues, a red, and a wild. So that could be really good. So I think that's the one I'm going to take. And I don't have any yellows, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one here as my Dr. Light card. Then this one simply is discarded. So I'm just going to place it on the bottom of the deck. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this wild one. So this will count as any die that I want it to count as, which will meet those requirements. And I'm going to take a red one here, as I don't have any red just yet. And then as my skill, may freely distribute these tokens among players. So I could take a damage to give a player a shoot and a run. Or I can do a transform that lets me convert a shoot into a run and a jump. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that, and then this one will go off to the side for my hand. All right, so moving into the game, we have to start with Mega Man's turn. So first off, he is going to gather up all of the different dice that he's going to be using this turn. So I'm going to gain a blue, a yellow from this one, a blue from that one, and then I gain a red from Rush. As if you imagine this is a circle, he's going to share his right card, and I'm going to share my left card. All right, so that's my dice pool. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these. All right, so I got 2 jumps, 2 shoots, and 2 runs. Well, that was helpful. All right, so I need a shoot and a run. So I could use that for that. And unfortunately, I just need 1 shoot. I rolled 2 there. So I could, what do I want to do? So I'm going to go ahead and spend my card here. So this is going to give me a shoot icon. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend on there. And that's going to give me a yellow and a red die. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that. All right, so it gives me 2 more runs and a shoot. All right, so then this has been used, so that's going to be discarded as well. All right, so over to my thing there. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the yellow and the shoot. That will get me past that first challenge with no ill effects. The next challenge, I need a run and a jump. So I do have the run, and I could spend the double jump as a single jump. So that's what I'll do. And then on this one, the time, I have to spend 2 symbols of the same type. So I do have 2 doubles, so I'm going to go ahead and spend that one for the time, and I'll spend that one for the shoot. And then this card here says overcome, add this icon to the left challenge space on each card. So it would be this card space here. All right, so Rush is going to spend his boost card to give me a blue, so he can do that. So it's going to give me another blue die. And I got a jump. So that'll meet the requirements for that. And I've cleared the stage without any damage. And since I cleared this last challenge, this one is going to give me a secret box. So it gives me an energy. Unfortunately, I'm full on energy, so it's simply going to be wasted. All right, then these are going to be returned. And my turn is done. So then over to the other player. So unfortunately, Rush is at a little disadvantage now because he had to use that card, and Mega Man went through all of his cards, so he's not going to be able to help too terribly much on this. All right, so then I'm going to receive a yellow for Dr. Light. I'm going to get a red and a blue from Mega Man, and the red will come from here. And then I have a wild, so I get to choose one icon or one die to pick up of any color I want. I need 2 shoots separately. So it might be good to get a red. I need a couple of jumps and a run. This is going to be a challenge. There's a lot going on here. All right, so I think I'm going to take another red. All right, so let's see how I do here. All right, so I got 2 shoots, a run, and a jump. All right, so let's see if that can do it for me. So the first space, I'm going to go ahead and spend the 1 shoot to take care of that one. So that clears that, and I do get a bonus token. I get a health. Unfortunately, I'm at full health. So on to the next one, I need a run and 2 jumps. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my other shoot to trigger the transform, which gives me a run and a jump. So that'll clear that. And then I'm going to spend the 2 jumps and a run on that one. So that'll clear that. And then I'm on to the last one. I need 2 of a single symbol and a blast to be able to do that. So I could activate my weapon, which lets me, it's only usable on the right challenge space or the final pattern card. So I would be able to activate it now, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the 2 damage because there's no way I'm going to get all those different symbols that I need. And then finally, with Cutman, he has, this is treated as a 4th challenge space on each stage card, and I have to spend a run to be able to get past that or I take a damage. I'm going to do it on that one, and then I won't take that extra damage. So Rush made it out of that without too terribly much, but hopefully we'll be able to regain some health after this. All right, so that clears the stage. And so both of these stage cards will be discarded, revealing new stage cards that our heroes are going to start off with. And we're ready to move into the next round as we've handled all the cleanup stuff. So now our heroes are going to start by drawing 4 new cards. Oh, we have to discard the Dr. Light cards as well. So I'll just place those, actually that last one there, off to the side. And new cards will be drawn. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I have a red, a yellow, and a red. All right, so Mega Man's going to need a ton on that first one. He needs a time, so that's a double, or a pair of them, a jump and a gun, then a double, and then a run and a gun, and then that adds a jump to it. So he needs a ton of icons on this one. So let's see what I got here. Okay, so I have no blue at all. Oh, these get cleared as well. So hopefully Rush has some blue. Rush needs blue and red. He doesn't, just one yellow at the end there. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this one here to share the red with him. And then I'm going to do the yellow in this spot to be able to take this red here. Because I don't have any blue, so I definitely don't want that one. And then as my learning, I could take adaptivity, which would let me heal one and gain a energy for a die. But I think this is probably my better choice. So learning lets me gain a jump. And then as my boost card, I'll keep that. Okay, so over to Rush. Rush has a little bit better selection here, okay. So Rush needs blue and red. He's getting red over there. So we're going to do that one. And that'll let me take this red here. That'll discard that one because we don't need it. And then I'm going to place this under here so I can try to heal a little bit. And then either I take the wilds or the transform. I'm going to hold on to that because I don't need yellow at this point. And I'll hold on to that and possibly use that to help the other player. All right, so then it goes back into our planning phase, or action phase. So we're going to gather up our dice pools. So Mega Man's getting a red from Dr. Light, a yellow, a red, and a wilds. So I'm going to go ahead and take a blue. All right, so I got a number of runs, one shoot, and another shoot. All right, so that was very unhelpful. Well, I do need a yellow, so I'm going to hold on to this one. And I'm going to spend an energy to re-roll all three of these. All right, so I got a jump and 2 shoots out of it. Okay. So I need quite a bit on that first one. I need a pair, a jump, and a gun. I do have the gun. Okay. I'm going to use my skill. That gives me a jump token. And I might as well use this to gain the other red. Oh, good. Got a double. That's good. All right, so I'll use the double. And I will use my jump icon. And one of my gun icons. So that'll clear that stage. That's going to get me a token. Got an energy. Unfortunately, again, I'm full. I've been terrible picking those. All right, so on to the second one. So this is another time one. I'd have to spend 2 identical tokens. I think I'm just going to take a wound on that one to bypass it. And then this one is 1 of each. So I need a jump from that, a shoot, and a run, which works out. So that will take care of that. So Mega Man's done. And Rush has some additional stuff now, as he didn't have to use any of his stuff, so that's good. All right, so now Rush will go ahead and gather up his dice. He's going to get a red and a blue, and another red from him. So, and I don't need any yellow at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and take another blue, keep it even as the wild. So red, blue, red, blue. All right, let's see how we do on this. All right, I got 2 runs and 2 guns. I might as well go ahead and pop that to get a yellow. See what I get out of that. Another run. And I might as well spend an energy to re-roll some of this. I'll go ahead and re-roll those. Re-roll all of them. Because the run isn't going to help me. Alright, I got tons of runs. Wow. 4 runs. Well, I do have the double, but that still doesn't help on the jumps. I might have to spend another one to re-roll these again. Yep. Alright, let's try it again. Come on, Rush, you got this. Here we go, there's a couple jumps, and a run, and 2 more guns. Okay, so what can I do here? All right. I really don't want to take that much more damage, so I'll spend that for the time. Then I have a jump and a gun, so that's going to clear that. Now I need a jump and a gun. I have the jump. But I have no way to get the gun. So I guess I'm just going to take the 2 damage. And then moving on to the last stage. And because I didn't complete that challenge, I don't get the bonus. And on this one, I need a jump. So that'll take care of that. And on that, I need a run. And then I'm going to spend this token to activate this, which lets me freely distribute life on this per player. So I'm going to gain 2. So I'm just going to bump that back up to 2, or by 2. So I have no energy now either. Not good. All right, so then cleanup phase. So all that goes away. These get cleared. And then our stage cards come off. And it'll be back over to start it all over again. Okay, so not too bad so far. So let's go ahead and move into the next stage. So Mega Man, drawn 4, 2, 3, 4. Same with Rush. And Dr. Light, 3. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so 1 of each. So Dr. Light's going to grant us 1 of any color we need. All right, let's see what Mega Man's got here. So on his card, I need a gun, time, a jump, and a gun. So that's going to be a challenging one. And then on that, I need a run and 2 jumps because of Gutsman. All right. So I have no red. So I'm probably going to have to leave that to him to help me out. So I'm going to go ahead and do this down here for my skill. And Rush. Rush has, wow, more wilds. Very nice. All right. So I'll go ahead and share yellow. And I guess I'll take the blue and take Dr. Light's blue. And then I hold on to that into my hands. Over to Rush. Rush needs a couple of yellows, a blue and a red. So I'm getting a yellow over there. So I'll go ahead and lock that one in. I'll go ahead and do that. Actually, let's do this one over here. Do that. Do I want the red or the yellow? I've only got one red symbol, so I think we're going to take the yellow. Okay, so that'll be discarded. And then I'll keep this in my hand to give a wild to one person that needs it. All right, so let's go ahead and move into it. So first off with Mega Man, I'm going to get a yellow, 2 blues, and a wild, so I'm going to take a red. All right, let's see what I get here. All right, I got a run, a jump, a run, and a gun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take the gun on that one. So that gets me a token. It gets me an energy, which I actually can gain this time. Well, this next one is 3 damage. I need a double, a jump, and a gun. I have 1 jump. I do have the double. I do not have a gun, though. All right, so what do I want to do here? All right, I'm going to spend one of these to reroll. I'm going to reroll this blue here and see what I get out of that, just for curiosity before I move on. All right, I got another run. So that is exactly the same symbol I had before, which does not help me. All right, so he does have the wild that he could help me with. Either way, I do have those 2. I'd need a gun to get past that. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and take the wild from Rush, and I will take a red. Gives me 2 guns. So the question is, I don't know if I can split these between the card and that skill. My guess is probably not. All right, so how do I want to do this? So I'm going to go ahead and spend all of it to get past that. And then I'm simply going to take the 2 damage from that stage, because I definitely don't have enough for that. All right, so that's going to leave me with a couple of health there. And I still have that card to help him out with. All right, so over to Rush. Rush is going to get a yellow, a red, and a yellow from me. And then I'll go ahead and take the blue as the wilds. All right. So it gets me a jump and 2 runs and 2 guns. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop that card now to give him another yellow. All right, gives me another run. All right, I think I'm just going to take a damage for the first one. So this is going to require 4 symbols. I need 1 at the end too. All right, so what can I do here? I've got the 2 guns. Unfortunately, it seems like I have to do that and this to get past that to take the 3, so I don't take the 3 damage. On this one, it would be a jump and a gun, which I don't have the gun. So I do have that, but I don't have a icon for that, or energy for that, so I cannot do that. So I'm going to take 1 damage, and then this moves over, and I'll use the run to get past Cutman for that last, so I don't take that last damage. Oof. So, made it through 3 stages so far. I'll go ahead and clear these. That was wasted. And I'll get these. And then 4 cards. Same here. All right, final stage. Okay, let's see what Dr. Light is going to try to provide us. Okay, a little bit of everything. Okay. So on my card, I need a little bit of everything, mainly jump. So blue is the one that I kind of want to go a little heavier on. So let's go ahead and do that. So I can take that one. I will go ahead and do this, and I'll share the blue with the other player. Okay, and then I'll do that. All right, over to Rush. Rush has got... All right, so no wilds this time. He's got tons of rescues, though. All right, so I'm getting a blue over there. I only need, well, I need a couple of blue symbols. I don't need any red. So that could be helpful. So I need a blue here. So I can take this yellow. That'll be discarded. I'm going to go ahead and take a yellow here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'll hold on to that. All right, Mega Man's starting us off. Can't take that much damage on this one. So I'm going to get a blue, a yellow from Rush, a red, and another blue from Dr. Light. That was cracked. We got a pair of runs, that's good. And a lot of shoots. Oof. All right, so I'm going to spend a token to reroll these 2. 1 jump and another shoot. Man, lots of shoots. All right, so I'm going to spend the 1 jump to clear this. That lets me take a token. Gives me another one of those. And then this one needs a time and a shoot. All right, so I think at this point I need to spend this to get that, which I'm going to immediately spend to get this, which gives me another yellow and another blue. Gives me a run and another shoot. Okay. So I do have the double and the shoot I can spend on that. So that gets me through that. So then I need a run and 2 jumps to be able to get past that. And then this one throws another icon on that stage as well. Oof. So I spent this and this. So I'm going to spend a token to reroll these 2 blues. All right, gives me a jump and another run. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to reroll both of these on the off chance that one of them comes up with a double. No, another shoot. So I'm going to spend that to activate. Well, no, I can't. I'm out of energy now. So I would need 3 shoots. So at this point, I have to spend one of the energies. Basically heals me back up to 5, but then I take 3 right away, so it brings me right back to where I was. Because I couldn't take damage and then readjust and then take additional damage. It's all or nothing. So that's what's so bad about those particular things. So basically, that's all wasted then. All right, so I made it past the final stage though. So now it's over to Rush to hopefully make it through this. All right, so let's see what Rush can do here. All right, Rush is going to get a yellow, a blue, another yellow and blue. All right, so Rush has got 3 runs and a jump. I'll go ahead and pop that. It's going to give me another yellow. Gives me another run. Spend that to get me another blue. Gets me another jump. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be ugly. So I'd have to use a 4 on that one. Which lets me get there. I could spend that to get through that, which gives me this, depending upon what that energy is. That's pretty much what I have to do. So I'll do that to get past that first one. This to get past that one, which gets me a token, which gives me another run, which actually I could use to get past that, which gets me here, which I don't have it, so then I take the 1 damage, which I can't do, so that would clear that, and now I'm at 4. And that'll take care of both of my energy tokens. All right, so could have been worse. All right. So that gets rid of those there. Mega Man clears that, and then he's going to reshuffle. So I'll go ahead and set up, and then we'll be right back with the boss battle. Alright, so moving back in, I had some technical problems, so I started filming this part and I had to reset it. So if some stuff is shifted around, that is why. Alright, so moving into this part of it, this is going to work a little bit differently. Each one of our characters has the boss that they selected to go up against, and each boss's card is going to list the number of boss pattern cards you're going to deal out to that player that they're going to go through in order to defeat that boss. Now each boss also has a weakness. Now unfortunately neither one of my weapons match up with that, so I will not be able to use that, and I also am out of energy, so either way it didn't really matter. Alright, so this guy's going to get 5, that one's going to get 4. So Rush will hopefully have a little bit of an easier time with this, but we will see. Alright, then we'll flip these over. We'll see what we have to go up against. Alright, so we have a lot of jump in there. Okay. So from there, then, we're going to handle everything else as normal. So each of our characters will get to draw 4 cards. Now let's go ahead and handle the Dr. Light cards. All right, so again, we have one of each choice. All right, so I'm going to hold that as my boost card. Over to Rush to go. Okay, Rush does have a wild. Doesn't really matter, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to have a fair amount of yellow going into this for Rush. All right, so over to Mega Man to start this out. He gets one of each from these 3 here, and then Rush is going to give him a yellow as well. All right, let's see what happens with this. All right, so I have a gun, 2 runs, and a jump. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that right away. So this lets me trigger by spending any die. So I'll spend that one. That's going to give me 1 life back and an energy. And then that'll be discarded. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the hit. So that's going to cost 2, and that'll be discarded. Turn on this showing, and I didn't have any effects on that. So now I need a jump and a gun. All right, how do I want to do that? So I've only gotten through 1 card so far. I still have 4 cards left to go, and I'm down to a couple of symbols on these. All right, so I do have the boost that's going to give me another run. But I've already got the 2 runs. I have 2 shoots. So I could use the reroll and try to get a jump out of that. So I think I'm going to have to do that. And I got the same result. All right, so that was not helpful. Is there anything else I can do before I have to start popping skills? I don't think so. So I'm going to have to play the rescue. This one lets me maybe used on any player's turn, like a boost card, and it gives me a wild. So I'm going to go ahead and take another blue. And it does give me a jump. So I have the jump and the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those. And that will take care of that one. This one is a single run. I guess it's a good thing I ended up using that, because at the top here it says immediately discard 1 energy or token if able to. And luckily I don't have any tokens right now, and I spent that energy, otherwise I would have lost it there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this card to get the symbol that I need, which I'm basically going to spend right away to handle that. All right, unfortunately I need another jump. Those jumps are killing me here. All right. All right, anything else I can do at this point? I can't take another hit. I have 1 symbol. I could use his other card, but unfortunately with that one, it's a yellow. It means I have a 16% chance of getting the symbol that I need. Well, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything else I can do about that, so I think I'm going to end up losing the game here, right there with that. So let's see what the next one is. So it would have been another set of those symbols. So yeah, there's absolutely no way of doing that. All right, so unfortunately, I needed too much with Mega Man. So let's move over to Rush and see if Rush would have had any luck with this. So he would have gotten 1 yellow from Mega Man. He would have received a 2nd yellow there, a blue, and I will go ahead and take a red. All right, so I've got 3 runs and a bunch of shoots. Okay, I have no jumps at all. I do have another yellow I can pop. All right, so I'm going to take the 2 because I don't have another choice. I don't have another way to do that. I have a gun and a run. So I do have those 2 symbols there. That one is going to be 1 of each of the symbols. So I have 2 runs and 2 guns. So I'm going to pop the yellow, because why not? I don't have anything else to do at this point. If I can get the jump, I could technically make it through that. I did not. I got a gun. So that is unfortunately it for him. And then the last one would have been a double symbol plus the jump and that. So I needed to work much harder at doing better during the initial part of the game, as I really needed those energies during these boss battles to make it through this, because I just did not have enough on my dice and energy and all that kind of stuff. But that's it, and unfortunately I didn't pull through this one, but it was fairly close, kind of. Well, that is it. Unfortunately, you can't win them all. Let me know in the comments down below if you noticed anything else that I could have done differently. Taking that energy tube on that bad hit for Mega Man definitely hurt me. If I would have been able to hold on to that or heal him a couple points so that he wouldn't have had to use that tube to lose all of his health, would have made a huge difference, I think, in that final part. Maybe would have shifted the battle in my favor a little bit more. And definitely working on gaining some additional tokens throughout the game, being able to build up a little bit more to help me in that boss battle might have been different, as well as I just needed to make it through the cards, and making it through a couple of them might have made the difference overall. So again, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. I hope you found the video interesting in checking this one out, and until next time, I'll see you later.